So, today we're going to talk about a really fundamental shift happening in technology. It's a change that might just redefine everything we think we know about artificial intelligence. We're moving the conversation beyond what AI can do and focusing on a question that's way, way more important.
This quote from Ryan Catron just perfectly frames the central challenge for, well, the entire industry. How do we build AI that isn't just powerful, but is dependable enough to be trusted out in the real world? And that's exactly what we're going to explore today.
Okay, let's dive right into this because we are at such a pivotal moment. We're moving beyond AI that just, generates content and into something so much more significant. We're entering what's being called the era of agentic AI. And here's an easy way to think about it. Instead of an AI just writing an email for you, an agentic AI could actually schedule the meeting that's being talked about in the email, book the conference room, and even order the coffee, all by itself.
And this right here really nails the key difference. Generative AI, which is what most of us are used to, it creates content when you give it a prompt. But agentic AI, it reasons, it coordinates, and it acts on real systems. It actually does things.
And that one shift right there, from generating to acting, it changes everything. The whole conversation stops being just about capability. All of a sudden, the most important question becomes one of trust, especially when you're in an environment where the stakes are real.
And to really understand why this is so critical, let's look at a real-world example. It comes from an industry where reliability is, well, it's everything. Hospitality.
For over 2 decades, the hospitality industry has been a tough proving ground for tech. I mean, it's a super high-pressure, fast-paced world where every single detail matters, from your inventory and staffing right down to the customer experience. And in an environment like that, you learn something really fast. When technology is handling critical stuff like financial transactions or compliance, it has to be absolutely 100% reliable. There's just no room for error. It's the bedrock of a stable operation.
This whole challenge really came into focus when people tried to integrate early AI into point-of-sale systems. A reliability gap opened up. The AI just wasn't dependable enough for sensitive things like financial workflows. And that's what forced the development of new systems built from the ground up to solve this trust problem.
That real-world need really shines a light on a much broader philosophy. Building the next generation of AI has to start with trust as the absolute foundation.
So this means that the future belongs to AI systems that aren't just intelligent, but are also governable, accountable, and, fundamentally aligned with what we as humans actually need. These aren't just cool features, they are absolute must-haves. And this kind of flips the script on the broader industry race. While it seems like everyone is competing to make AI agents more capable, the deeper and frankly more valuable opportunity is in making them more trustworthy.
And the value of taking this trust-first approach? Well, it's being recognized. Let's just say that. But let's be real, the true value here isn't about the money. It's about building artificial intelligence that people and entire industries can genuinely rely on. That's the core mission, simple as that. This is exactly why we shouldn't see this work as just another app or a piece of software. It's something way more foundational. The real goal here is to build the strategic infrastructure for the future. A future where autonomous systems are just a normal, integrated part of business. And that infrastructure has to be built on a foundation of trust. You see, as these agentic systems move out of the lab and into the core operations of real companies, especially in high-stakes industries that live and die by accountability, trust stops being a nice-to-have feature and becomes an absolute requirement for getting on board. So, all of this is pointing to what might just be the most significant opportunity in the next era of technology, what you might call the trust layer. First off, we have to just accept it. We are now entering an era where true AI autonomy is no longer a thing of science fiction. It is rapidly becoming a reality. And in this new era, just being intelligent or being powerful, that's not going to be enough. Raw capability without reliability is actually a liability. Which means the systems that are ultimately going to matter the most, the ones that create real value and have a lasting impact, they're going to be the systems that have earned our trust. So we'll leave you with that final thought. Because if the industry gets this right, trust will be the thing that defines the next generation of artificial intelligence, and it will unlock its true potential for every single one of us.